Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Céline Jean-Jean. I am a writer. I'm a writer of many things. We're going to have to play a little bit of time machine here because at the time of recording I've only released or published 2 books. These 2, Blood Assassin Book 1, Black Orchid Book 2. If you haven't read them, they are like a mix of steampunk and non-magical fantasy, and there's a lot of humour in them, and they're really fun, and there's like a lot of cool stuff and action going on. And anyway, you should check them out if you haven't read them. But I'm also a writer of straight up fantasy. I'm a writer of fairy tales, both the silly humorous kind and the darker, grimmer kind. I'm a writer of dystopia, of historical fiction. Basically, this could take a while. So I write in all the genres, other than anything that takes place in the here and now. So writing about our world doesn't really interest me. That's something that I purposely decided a number of years ago. It was actually, I had a really crap job. Not a crap job, but I hated it. I hated my job. And the one thing that gave me a bit of relief throughout the day was that I always had a book with me, and whenever I could, I would read. And during that time, I just got to completely escape and not think about the fact that I had a job that was literally sucking the life out of me. So that's kind of what I want to do for people, is just, I like snatching people away and basically dragging them into my mind, which, when you put it that way, sounds a bit disturbing. For anyone who's curious, by the way, I was, the sucky job was that I was training to be an actuary, which is, it's so dull. It's the surest cure for insomnia. If you ever can't sleep, I mean, just Google the word actuary and then bam, 30 seconds later you will be out like a light. So yeah, you're welcome. So I write in all these different genres, anything that's not realistic. The whole genre hopping thing, the way I look at it is I actually always start my stories with a character, and those characters, they don't exist in a vacuum. They inhabit a world. And the world that they inhabit and the story of these people, of these characters, then informs what the genre is. Which is probably not a very efficient way of doing things. I don't know, maybe other writers work this way as well. I haven't actually asked. I don't know if I've ever told anyone that this is how I work, actually. There you go, this might be an exclusive, like you. But it kind of means, I think, that's why, for example, my first 2 books are quite hard to categorize. But it's, it's the way my brain works. And the common thread with everything I write is the characters that I write about. I like to write about people who don't quite fit in for whatever reason, who are kind of on the fringes, who are a bit weird. And part of the reason for that is I relate to that. I've spent a lot of my life feeling like an outsider, which is pretty normal, I think, for writers and creative types. But it's also pretty normal if you're in my situation, which is that you can tell from my name probably. I'm French. And you can probably tell from this very plummy accent that I have going on that I grew up in England. And the result is that I feel like a foreigner in both countries. I'm French, but I never lived there. I grew up in England, but I'm not English. So where I'm from is a bit of a mishmash. But the other thing is, it's not just because I relate to this whole idea of being an outsider. I think we all are. I think, I don't think there's any such thing as normal. I think we're all slightly weird. And there are the people who are just unapologetic about how weird they are. And then there are the people who try to fit in and who try to be what their definition of normal is. And so I find it really interesting to think about and write about people who, for whatever reason, are a bit weird and don't quite fit in. And then, if the weirdo that I'm writing about happens to be a dragon tamer, then it'll probably be a fantasy book. That's kind of the way it works. So that's what I write. As far as this YouTube channel, it's a bit of an experiment, to be honest. A bunch of writers that I know and other artists actually do video blogs, and it kind of looked like fun and something new to try. And so I thought, yeah, give it a go. I think I'll probably post updates every so often, how things are going, how the writing is going. I'll probably maybe do posts on things that I find interesting that I want to talk about for whatever reason. There's probably going to have to be the all-important pet posts, because as we all know, the internet was invented for the sharing of pet photos. So naturally, I'm going to have to share a pet video at some point. And I'm also very open to questions. So if you want to send me a question, you can let me know in the comments. You can email me. You can tweet me. You can do any of the digital communication methods that we have going on in this modern age. You can send me a smoke signal though, if you feel like it, or a messenger pigeon. I mean, I'm pretty open. If you do, that would be awesome. But yeah, and we'll see how this goes. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.